Hello and welcome to the course reflection video for IHS 3250. My name is Ben, and so far I've really appreciated this class, but there's always a time to close out. So, for the first question, what do you believe to be the most challenging aspect of interprofessional collaborative practice? I think that the single most difficult step in interprofessional collaborative practice is actually getting people to take the first step. And I think the most important first step so far that I've thought of in the process is getting people introduced to the idea of thinking like other people and accepting other people's kind of flow of consciousness as an experience rather than a deficiency. Because if you can do that, then you were able to apply a lot of the other lessons to their maximum effect. So the best way I can describe this is the two big issues I've seen this semester are the hierarchical structure of the healthcare profession and the problems that causes within it. So you can have a superior person or someone who believes themselves to be the superior of someone else that will discredit the information being presented to them based on their perceptions of the hierarchical structure, or someone below them on the totem pole, or they believe that they're below someone else on the totem pole, and there is a hesitation to present information because you could be wrong or criticized for your ideas. So if you can get both of those people to step out of their own way of thinking and into the other person's way of thinking, that will dramatically increase their chance of either presenting or accepting the information, and that will cause a great reduction in the amount of problems we've seen this semester. So what are the key lessons you have learned from your interactions with your team members? I think the two for me is that you've got to give more than you get, and you've got to be patient and listen to people even if they don't immediately present information to you. So with the first one, that might sound kind of bad, but if you are willing to, it's not necessarily you have to end up doing more than other people, but if you are willing to put in more work than other people, especially in healthcare, we're very altruistic people. That's why a lot of us get into healthcare. So they will attach themselves to that energy and also present that. So that's going to drive the group forward. And there will be people who take advantage of that, but I think in our field they are the smaller population. So we have less to deal with that. So that was one of the big things for my group. And the second thing is that something I've been bad about and I've been working on for years is don't just latch onto the type A personality people in your group and use them to carry you through the entire process, but take some time, slow down, even if it's difficult, and allow some people who are more introspective and who take some time to present information, still get their ideas, and just don't blow through the whole process without them. So what lessons do you think that would be most beneficial to your practice? So my practice, I am trying to become a physical therapist. I just finished my grad school application, so I'm looking forward to hopefully hearing back from schools. So the things that I learned from my practice is that this is another thing that my team taught me, is always value others' experience and reach out to other healthcare professionals for their opinions, because you wear a lot of hats as a physical therapist, especially if you're in an acute care setting. You spend time with patients one-on-one. So if you see something that you're like, oh, this could be contributing to their condition, this maybe couldn't be, I don't know. Value the experience that the person is having. So if they're telling you something, listen to them and be like, okay, even if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to listen to you and try and get the bottom of it. And then once you have that experience and you value the individual's opinion, reach out to someone else who doesn't, or who knows what that information could be, or even someone that could help you. Be like, gee, I don't know, but maybe someone else could help you. So that just keep going through that chain until you can solve that issue. And the two major topics I liked were VE1, which is place the interest of patients and populations at the center of interprofessional healthcare and delivery, and population health programs and policies with the goal of promoting health and health equity across the lifespan. So to me, that's huge because that's where all the other goals stem out of. Because if you are embodying those things, you're going to be looking to other people for help. You're going to be communicating with your team members. You're going to be doing anything else because all of those other values have to stem out of that core belief system. And then same with that is RR1. Communicate one's roles and responsibilities clearly to patients, families, community members, and other professionals. So when you're going to someone to advice, or even you're speaking to the patient, hello, my name is such and such. This is who I am, this is what I do, here are my responsibilities. I will take all your information, and if maybe I hear something that doesn't jive with what I do, I'm going to take what you're giving me and find someone else to help assist with that. And then also RR5. Use the full scope of knowledge, skills, and abilities of professionals from healthcare and other fields to provide care that is safe, timely, efficient, effective, and equitable. That kind of goes with everything I've said so far, so that's another really important thing I'm going to take out of the class. Reflecting on the Lewis Blackman story, how do you view health policy and its impact on healthcare delivery? So I think that healthcare policy is the best way to influence healthcare delivery across a wide area, because on a very acute level, a team leader can go and say, hey, we're going to do this. When we see patients, this is what we're going to do. Or maybe even a department head of a department. But once you start getting wider than that, the amount of control you have over a situation continues to diminish on a logarithmic scale. It's going to be, you have exponentially less control the wider you go out. So if you want to make a positive change, you're going to have to do that at the level of healthcare policy. So things that you can put in place to say, okay, this is a mistake we have made collectively as a healthcare field. How do we implement this mistake not only in the same situation it was made at, but in other situations? So take that dialectically and say, here's an issue we can solve here, but also are we making that mistake in other places, and get that policy in place as well. So I think that's the best way you can impact the delivery of healthcare is policy implementation on a non-sectional basis. So if we have a problem here, change that problem immediately, put policies in place to change that problem, but also is this mistake being made in other areas of healthcare? So the key takeaways from the course. So I kind of sum this up in 3 sentences, that if you see something you disagree with, ask questions. Why is this happening? Why is this going on in the way it's going on? Try and get to the bottom of their belief system and their decision-making process of, okay, so you did this for this reason. Now that makes sense to me. Here is a different way of handling it, and that is the best thing there, because that still makes sure that you're valuing the information of the person even if you disagree. So number 2, if you see something you can learn from, ask questions. So that goes to talking with other professionals, talking with someone maybe higher up on the food chain than you. Hey, I saw this was going on. I liked that. How do I communicate in that manner? How do I gain team coherence, things like that. So continue to ask questions to improve yourself. And then if you were unsure how to proceed, say that you are unsure on how to proceed, and then ask questions. So that goes with a lot of the things we've seen this semester, especially in the Lewis Blackman story, where the parents were asking questions, but they were told information, and they're like, oh, okay, I don't really understand that, but I'm going to proceed anyway. So say, I get this information. Thank you for presenting that to me. I don't really understand what that means for me or the patient or someone else that you're taking care of. So take that information, say you don't understand it fully, and gain more information to make better decisions. And then the coherent tying it all together is we can only move forward together. So if one person is going one direction, that's going to destroy the group unity. You can only move forward by gaining more information and then making better decisions based on that better information. Thank you very much. I very much enjoyed this course, and I am looking forward to applying some of the information I've learned in this course in grad school when I'm doing clinicals, and then hopefully in the future when I have my own patients. Thank you.